Alright, yeah, and welcome back on into some more Magic Arena. We're back once again with some more Bant Ground Clouds. Yes, it's still there. Alright, we're going to be doing some competitive play today, so best of 3 as usual. So without further ado, let's get into the game. I will see you all there. Alright, 3 lands. Glacial Fortress has to come down on 1, but that's fine. We've got a treasure map, fogs. Can get back another fog. Eventually we could play Gideon. I suppose it sounds fine. Might need to work our way into a board wipe, but that shouldn't be too difficult. It's pretty much how most game ones go anyway. Just work your way to a board wipe. And our opponent's mulligan down to 5, so that bodes well for us. And scratch the top. Alright, we'll lead off with a Glacial Fortress. Our opponent will think we're playing blue-white and maybe just auto-scoop because he wants to have fun. So we'll see. So far so good, he hasn't left. I appreciate that, opponent. Alright, we're going to play Treasure Map. Now he knows we're playing a fun deck. Well, I say a fun deck. I don't know if I would define this deck as fun for our opponent. Then again, we don't really... There isn't much in this deck that stops you from doing what you want to do. So there is that. Can I take this Compass? Because I can play the Arch and then I can play down Compass, but it won't do anything. And I also have to commit mana to the treasure map. Yeah, I think I'm just going to bottom it. I actually just want more lands, I think. Yay! Alright, play an island. And yeah, pass the turn. Stop, forget to get that up, keep stop. Ooh, Jund. I haven't seen Jund in so long. Alright, opponent. Surprise me. Show me some sweet tech. Gift of Paradise, alright. I'm liking where this is going. If I lose, I'm going to lose happily. Alright, I don't think we need the fog. So I'm just going to tap that. Yeah. He is ramping into something, so we are going to have a counter, I think. Alright. Pass the turn. We get to flip treasure map next turn, which is nice. So our opponent potentially has 5 mana this turn. Maybe he's playing dragons. I don't know what other Jund deck, other than like just straight up mid-range, there is. Naga Vitalist. Yeah, you can have that. Add 1 mana of any type that a land you could control could produce. Well, this mountain could produce 1 mana of any colour, so this Naga Vitalist is a 5-colour mana dork. That is a Birds of Paradise for 2. Alright, we want to flip our treasure map and find a good card. We are on a 20-turn clock now, so we have to move. Not really. But it'd be fun if it was. But has he got an Abrade? It's maybe what he's thinking of doing right here. Would I want to disallow the Abrade? I don't know if I care. Cast out. We don't have an answer to Planeswalkers or big threats right now. We do have a counter, of course, so there is that. I think I'm going to take this cast out, honestly. I think it's fine. We are slow playing, but it's the nature of our deck. Alright, and I do kind of want to get Gideon down, but at the same time I have to use treasures for my disallow if I do. So I'm just going to pass. We get to draw 2 cards a turn for the next 3 turns because there's Treasure Cove, which is nice. Although I'm inclined to not do that so I can activate my Arch. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8 right now. Duresses me. Well, that is very annoying. Alright. Well, we will disallow that. He likely takes it anyway, so we're denying information by countering this. Unfortunately, that's probably just the bait so that he can get his big threat down. Luckily, we topped a cast out for a situation like this. Is he going to combat? That can't be the only thing he had to do this turn. You gonna second main summit? 4 mana. Could be a Chandra. Other 4 mana threats are they really? Nothing apparently. Oh, fair enough. Ooh, compass. I don't mind the compass. It's quite nice actually. I kind of also want a treasure cove so that we can maybe hit a land for the turn, which would in turn keep our progression towards the ascend the same. It's not as though we're actually going to be using the Arch of Araska even if we get ascension here, because we can't really afford to actually trigger it. So yeah, so we replace a treasure for our land, which I think is definitely an upgrade. And let's go with Arch and Forest. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could play Gideon for the City's Blessing, but I don't think we will. Yeah, I guess maybe we will actually. We're not doing anything else. We're not holding up a counter. We do kind of threaten a gate here, but, you know. Let's just Gideon 0, I guess. If he wants to Vraska's Contempt it, then that's fine. Nagavite isn't going to be able to kill Gideon. Anything hasty that's coming out is probably going to kill him, whether he's on 3 or 4. So, let's just get that emblem. Also means that the next Gideon doesn't have to 0 at any point. And we have the City's Blessing now. So I'm liking our position. Our opponent is enjoying our position with his time. So, compass, I'm going to upkeep stop the compass so that we can thin our deck and then reduce the odds of drawing a land. I think that's probably just fine. Because I would like to draw a non-land, but at the same time I also need a land, so the compass, yeah, it looks like Vraska's Contempt's coming down on Gideon. The compass, I think, is going to be grabbing... Lightning Strike. That sucks. I suppose that's the argument to tick up then. I wasn't really sure he was going to be running anything like that. I mean, if you're in black, you just start running Cast Downs, Fatal Pushes, and Vraska's Contempt, so... I didn't really expect the red side of his deck to actually end up being... Burn. It's very interesting. Alright, hits us for 1. You're gonna have to do something big soon. What's your big thing? Nothing. I'm so confused. Alright, colourless. White. I'm not gonna fog. Alright, what are we missing as far as land's concerned? We have 2 blue. Could do with a bit more blue. Yeah, we'll get some more blue. Grab an island. Hopefully not draw another land. Especially one that we don't want to use. So, compass is going to flip. And I think I'm just going to pass. Correct the treasure map on his turn if I want to find a counterspell. So now we're fogging 1 damage a turn. He's got us to 18. It's not the best place to put us, honestly, if you are trying to beat Turbo Fog. Channeler Initia is fine. More ramp. What's the ramp going to? if he's going into something like a Sandworm Convergence or a Cruel Reality or something like that, it's going to be interesting. We do have the cast outs to deal with them, but we don't run many, so if that's like his sole purpose, we might be in an interesting spot. Alright, take the one. You really got to be forcing us to expend our fogs, though. And he ain't doing that. Alright, Treasure Cove. More lands. It's fine. More cast outs. Also fine. I'm cracked the last one. See what we can find. Because I wouldn't mind getting my win con down round about now. My win con would be lovely. Using islands. Get the treasure map on his end step. Do we have an answer for Carnage Tyrant? Just Fumigate, I guess, at the moment. I am pretty confused as to what his game plan is. I will take your one. Three cards. You can definitely play at least two of them. Come on. There we go. That's more like it. Interesting. That's going to need casting out because we lose to it on the attack trigger, so Spires of Araska isn't going to be able to deal with it. So we're going to treasure map. Bottom the land. And I'm going to use my leftover mana now to cast out Atali. And hopefully not have to do this again. Yep. Here we go. Alright. I'm just gonna let treasure map do its thing. Pass the turn. Get an end step. Stop. New end turn button down here is very nice. Passes until I have to do anything. So if he skips phases, it won't pass priority over to me. But if he casts something, then I can respond to it. Which is nice. So, goes to combat. Take the one. Actually going to take that off just in case. Summit's coming up. Negatable? Negatable. Good, good, good. Alright. One arch and an island for that one. End of turn. Draw a card. It's an opt. Yeah, I took that end turn button off actually because I could have actually fogged. Didn't really consider that. Let's get the upkeep because I'm going to flip this treasure map on my turn. Actually, opt now. Be mana efficient. Root Snare. I don't need it. I've got two. I want to find my win condition. Otherwise this game's going to go quite long. Alright. Which I mean is kind of what we had in mind, but not really at the same time. Draw for the turn. It is a land. Let's draw a card with treasure map. 38 to his 46, so we got some catching up to do as far as cards are concerned. Right, well, I'm going to go grab a Disallow with Flood of Recollection. Now that we can grab it and cast it on the same turn. And I'm just going to pass the turn. Let's reshape our hand a little bit. I expect I'm going to have to use this Disallow at some point. Though I have to bear in mind that whatever he plays is likely to be bait for the Disallow, since he knows about it. he's not going to throw his biggest thing and then his second biggest thing into the ring. Alright. Let's ping one of those back. If he doesn't make us do anything, we draw an extra card. Which is punishment enough in my books. Yep, alright, draw an extra card. Let's hope he doesn't have anything instant speed to punish us here. Doubtful. Ooh, there we go. Right. Patient rebuilding. So, land for the turn. Let's play patient rebuilding. Probably don't need... Honestly, probably don't need the treasure maps this turn. I'm not going to use them. Get rid of one of the archers. Just keep my coloured mana up. Pass the turn. Let the mill game begin. So while we win, we'll keep an eye on his graveyard to see what we have to worry about. We haven't seen any of our fumigates yet. I would like to see our fumigates. So I think when I'm around 10 life, I want to be thinking about stopping taking damage altogether, because he might have a fight with fire. He's going to skip the entire game, which is fair enough. I'm pretty convinced that he's lost there, so... and he's gone without actually showing me anything good. Well, I think he has the potential to run Carnage Tyrants, so I might bring in some Settles over some Fumigates. Ixalan's Binding, we do know he's playing Planeswalkers, so I could bring those in. I don't really know what his win condition is, though, is the thing. So, boarding is a little bit iffy, because he's winning by creatures, but he also has Planeswalkers. I could bring in Ixalan's Bindings. They'll do just fine, I suppose. Covers the Fumigate loss as well. Go down one Gideon of the Trials. Go down just an Opt. Trim it like that. I don't know how relevant the fogs are either. Maybe I go down a Root Snare and bring the Opt in just for consistency's sake. Yeah, let's go with that. Keep my deck flowing. Hopefully we see what our opponent had planned this game. I would love to lose this game, because I like losing a game when I can see an interesting deck in the process. So I'm not going to intentionally throw, mind you, but if our opponent wins this game, I'll be happier for it. It's just the way it's just how I roll. I don't gain joy from winning, I just gain joy from playing. There's lots of mana and an Opt. I think we can take it because of the Opt. The Ixalan's Binding's also quite nice as well, which we'll be able to get to before anything scary truly happens, I would imagine, since he's ramping. He'll ramp around turn 4 or 5 and we'll have the Binding ready for it. I'm going to keep it. The mana's nice as well. But, I mean, the hand's not exactly screaming overpowered right now. Flood of Recollection, fair enough. Let's play a Forest. Play the Hinterland Harbour, now we have the Opt available. And as far as our opponent's concerned, a negate. Okay. Opt-in. Yes. I will take that. There's potential that we should have brought in our approach of the Second Sun, because he is playing black, so Lost Legacy is potentially a thing in the sideboard. If he names that with Lost Legacy, Naga Vitalist, sure, don't care. Then we're in a bit of trouble. We can still... Did we take out both Gideons? We might have. If we still have one Gideon, though, we can win by mill just by not losing. That could be a battle plan of ours. It's a very bad one, but could be one. Alright, so next turn we can Patient Rebuilding. And then if he follows anything up to punish us while we're tapped out, then Binding should cover it. Or Fumigate. Fumigate hits a Tali as well. Which is currently the biggest threat that we know about. Cartouche on the Vitalist. Tapping his mana weirdly. I think that might be the auto tap doing a bad boy. That's why I have it turned off. I'd prefer to make my own mistakes rather than a system doing it for me. But that's just me. Alright. Let's just play an island. Play Patient Rebuilding. And the path to victory begins. Now, does he have enchantment removal? Very possible. Because he is in green, so he could have Thrashing Brontodon, Naturalizes, all of that malarkey. I suspect that part of his sideboard at least will be green enchantment removal. Red's got Abrades, don't have to worry about artifacts on that side. Black is a catch-all for combos and stuff like that with Lost Legacy. I'm still very much learning to sideboard correctly. That's kind of bad. Take Binding, I imagine that's what he takes. Yeah, I'm still learning sideboarding because for those who are new to the channel, I actually grew my channel on Magic Jewels, which was, yeah, Binding's gone, which is best of one format all the time, so I've learned to make a decent best of one deck, but best of 3 one is still something that I'm working on. I think this may be, the sideboard for this deck might be the best one that I've had so far. It's the one that every time I go to the second or third game, I'm not, like, really struggling for the cuts and the additions. I think that it's actually kind of nice. Alright. Our opponent's passing. We hit 1 land. What else did we hit? Golden Demise. He's still got the Golden Demises in there. Damn. See, our opponent seems to be struggling for sideboard options, because that is absolutely abysmal against us. In fact, it's a completely dead card. So, by playing creatureless decks, I do really enjoy that aspect of deck building, where you're like, I can just, like, completely shut off an entire strategy just by not playing a specific card type. I do very much enjoy that. Then again, that's kind of, at the same time, that's how my board, my main board deck is, to be honest. It's very much, if it's a creature deck, I win. If it's anything else, game 1, I probably lose. And then game 2, my entire board just turns into a control fiesta. So we try to win game 2, and if we win game 2, then it's, you know, it's a reasonable chance that game 3 that we can win. Let's get that upkeep stop on his end step stop, sorry, for the treasure map. Start trying to flip this bad boy. We're already going to be drawing enough cards, but, I mean, the scry is quite nice. He did take away Eric's Binding, so I'm waiting for the thing that he plays into it. Ugh. A tube. Alright. Well, he's giving us good use for these Haze of Pollens. Yeah, I think our opponent went all in against creature decks, which I think is... It's somewhat incorrect, I think. Being that blue-white is a thing, and blue-black is still a thing, especially blue-black, because that also punishes the creature decks. With Scarab God, just, yeah, I can steal your Chupacabra and kill your creatures. I think fighting against creature decks 100% in is always a terrible idea, in this current meta anyway. There will eventually be a case, like when Red Deck Wins was a big thing. You know. Then it was probably correct. to maybe run a deck like this. I'm surprised this deck's doing as well as it is, honestly. But I think control might be on the decline now, which I'm very happy to hear. I like control, don't get me wrong, but in small doses. Ooh, we hit Cell. In his, we hit Mending of Dominaria. Ooh. Spicy. Let's get another Patient Rebuilding, shall we? Nope. Alright, well, that's also fine. Arch Vraska. We not actually... next turn we'll probably hit the City's Blessing. So that's fine. Alright, show me what you got, opponent. Come on. I want a big thing out of you here. I'm going to fumigate it most likely, but I want to see a big bad boy card. Because I actually can't fight many of these big bad boy cards right now. So we haven't drawn any counter spells. So Planeswalkers are likely to resolve and be a big problem. Vraska would be a big problem, actually. Being able to destroy enchantments with a -3. That I would not be happy to see. Can't cast it right now, but still. There he is. That's the card I was a little worried about. Yeah, okay. We need to dig for a counterspell. And we didn't find one. Oh boy. Angrath's real bad.
Fuel for the fires of freedom. Cur.
It's actually the losing 2 life is not something we can prevent. That's what I was scared of. At least we have lots of stuff to throw away.
No steel.
Goodbye, basic forest. Take 2. My turn. Let's tap the green. Flip the treasure map. Bottom the land. Let Patient Rebuilding resolve. We hit 1 land. Hour of Glory. I can hit Gideon. And a life goes on. Yeah. I don't think our opponent's deck is very much at the top tier of the competitive spectrum, but that's fine. Alright. Might just settle these 2 creatures. Angrath's real bad, though. Luckily, Patient Rebuilding counters the discard side of things.
No fire, no steel.
We're likely to be able to just discard a land every turn, but 7 turns away from losing. We've got 36 cards to go. We're only milling 3. So we need to hit Patient Rebuilding real quick. I'm actually inclined to just take the 4 here. Huh. I'm inclined to take the 2 here as well. Because I want to draw an extra card with Arch. I want to draw loads of cards, actually. So I need to find my Patient Rebuilding to get this game out quick. You can also -8 and deal quite a fair bit to me as well. Because I can't exile my graveyard. I could take a card out with Flood. Hazaret's Undying Fury. Shuffle your library, then exile the top 4 cards. You may cast any number of non-land cards with converted mana cost 5 or less from among them. Lands you control don't untap. Let's draw. If I can counter it, I should. If I can't, I am likely to just fumigate any... Nice. Any creatures that he might slam down. There we go. Get rid of that. Never seen that card resolve. Today won't be the day. Oh god, there's a ribbons in his graveyard. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting my wish. I'm getting to see some very disgusting cards hit the field. Which is exactly what I asked for. Exactly what I asked for. I need patient rebuilding. Come on, treasure map. Show me some love. Oh. Alright. We back in this now. That is a threat off the board. This negate is reserved for that ribbons. And yeah, I'm just going to pass. I could Flood of Recollection actually back a counter spell. Yeah, I'll get the disallow. I can still negate with my mana. So he might think that this is an opportunity to get something under because he's just seen me grab a 3 mana counterspell and I only have 2 mana available, so he might slam down something that I could negate here. He is hoping that it's negatable. I did forget about the Ixalan's bindings. Jace awoke to the certainty that he was lost. And so is this game, opponent. Scoop now. It is lost. We're at 12. You can't actually ribbons... Oh, no, you can ribbons right now, because you can Vitalist. Black. You can do it for 5. I suspect that he won't, though. I'm going to take any damage that he'll deal here. I'd rather take the 2 than let something get out from underneath my negate. That does put me in, like, fight with fire range if he's running, like, ramp burn. I like my opponent's deck. It's not competitive, but I like it. It's cute. I wonder if everything in his deck is, like, 5 mana or less. I mean, everything his graveyard is. It actually might be... Yeah, I'm going to negate that. It might be like 5 mana tribal. 5 mana or less tribal deck. For Hazaret's Undying Fury. And I really value my opponent's creativity. Counters. Vraska's Contempt. Alright. Good to know. So, let's play down. We're at 34, he's at 29, so we can actually draw cards comfortably. Because this deck can potentially mill itself because of all the draw. Alright, we'll just pass the turn with that. Shall we get that instep and that upkeep stop? Might need it. So this is the disallower my opponent knows about. Future update, Wizards of the Coast devs, if you're listening. I would like a, similar to Gwent, that has the little eye when a card has been revealed. I'd like that feature. I would like to know what my opponent knows about. Or, alternatively, if we're not going to do that, let's root snare my opponent. If we're not going to do that, then if I have 2 of the same card in hand and one of them's revealed, let the revealed one go out of my hand as far as my opponent is concerned, regardless of which one I play. So that I can't accidentally play the one he doesn't know about. There's little things like that. Okay, so we're taking no damage here. Really, I only have to worry about non-creature related things that make me lose life as opposed to combat damage. Everything else is, like, completely fine to resolve. My turn. Alright. Arch. Can't actually draw with Arch, so might as well tap it. Bottom the land. And upkeep the treasure map. Should have tapped my treasure cove, actually. 2 counters is probably enough, so I'm just going to keep fogging the board. We're also going to draw extra cards on rebuilding, so knowing that we're getting 1 good card is fine. Ooh, hit 2 lands and a naturalize. Ho ho! He is running them. Got him. And a Fumigate. Okay. So. Tap. Tap. Compass. Fogs one creature. We also want the upkeep stop for the treasure map, so we can flip that. 31 to his 25. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we should just pass with 2 counters open. We do have the thematic compass flipping over though, so we could... No, we can't actually opt and then double disallow in the same turn. Sadly, Arch is a colourless land. So yeah, we're really on the business of double disallow here. Let's get rid of Settle the Wreckage. That's got to be a bad one for my opponent to see me discarding that. I really do think there's no way that my opponent can win from this point though. That being said, am I maybe fogging here? No, I'll Spires 1 and just take the 2. Which will still leave me with double disallow open. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing he could sneak under as a third card that's really that bad. It's like you can play 1-drop all day, which is likely to be a creature. Because I'll just Fumigate and gain loads of life. Okay, so... untap the one that doesn't generate mana. Take 2. 24 cards. Looks like we won't need double disallow here, so we will be able to opt. I want to find the other patient rebuilding. Speed this up a bit. Because when you've got 2 in play, it's really not that long of a game. As it stands though, doing 3 a turn is quite the drag. Another compass. It's not the worst thing in the world. I would never have to expend my fogs ever again. But I'm going to bottom it. I don't need it. I don't need it. Flood of Recollection. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It's just upkeep. And go with Plains, tap treasure map. Flip it for the treasure cove to draw some more cards. Cast out. Yes, I'll take a cast out. That means I can catch any card that gets through a disallow. We've hit another Angrath. It's a shame. I would have liked my opponent to draw that, since it is a dead card from Ixalan's Binding. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I Fumigate here? I think I Fumigate. I see this as being fine. And my opponent sees that as being not fine. Oof. Yeah, that was just like Jund value, I guess? I don't really know. But it was a good game, I suppose. I hope you guys have enjoyed it anyway, and the discussion that we had. If you have any hot takes on anything that I've spoken about today, leave it in the comments section below. Other than that, be sure to like and subscribe to the video as well. It helps out a great deal, maybe more than you know. It's definitely a mood booster anyway, if a video does very well. Inspires me to make more interesting content, which I do actually have an idea for some new content as well coming up soon, so look out for that. Hopefully I get that done when I've got some time. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Hit that bell icon because you'll get notifications when the 3rd video for this deck goes live, as well as that future interesting content. I do hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.